Hey everybody. So a follow-up to that intro video, the thing that I brought up was that um I wanted to start making sports videos again, talk about sports and all those things. So for me, like I said in my intro video, yesterday I was watching the Mets game and the Mets were playing the Oakland Athletics, and I saw a sign that a group of these fans wrote. Shout out to those fans, by the way. Expressing yourselves. Everybody has the right to express themselves. I completely commend that. That's awesome. So there was a sign. Anyway, there was a sign at the game yesterday, and it said, "Stop blaming us." And I haven't really done my research on this, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like I know enough about the game. I know enough about Oakland, and I feel like I have an idea about what that's about. I heard briefly from the Mets broadcast team about what they were saying about what was going on over there. So I think that I heard that the Oakland Athletics GM, I don't know what his name is unfortunately, but the GM of the Oakland A's is frustrated that the Oakland A's team is not making money every year. I mean, obviously, look at the team that they have, but that's besides the point. He said that apparently that he's frustrated with losing money every year. He's not turning a profit. And he, instead of pointing the finger at himself, he is pointing the finger at his loyal fans and his fan base. Which that really, if I was an Oakland Athletics fan, that would not really sit well with me because, number one, they're not really doing anything to make the team better. They've had big name players like Matt Chapman and Matt Olson, and they've had guys like Josh Donaldson before he went to Toronto, and he had Marcus Semien before he went to Toronto, and they've had guys like Liam Hendricks in the bullpen, and they helped even Sean Doolittle, who helped bring them to the wild card game a couple years ago, and all those things. But if you take all of those things into account, they can't afford to bring back. They can't afford to bring back big name players because they don't make enough money. Because I mean, last year I saw this when I was watching the Met game the other day. I saw this. They said that the average attendance that the Oakland A's had last year. The average attendance that the Oakland A's had last year was 9,500 people every game. I look at that compared to probably the next worst team in the league, and I would probably say that that's got to be between the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals because, let's be honest, they're not really that great. I mean, yeah, Sony Studios or whatever, they gave Jazz Chisholm the cover of the game for MLB The Show 23, but they're still not going to bring fans in there because they still don't do anything, just like Oakland does. They don't do anything to make fans want to go see them play. And you can't blame your fan base for when you set out these goals that you want to achieve and you don't achieve them. You can't point the finger at your fans because the fans are ultimately the ones who are paying your team's salary. I mean, don't get me wrong, they made $60 million last year. That's a lot of money. But ultimately, they trade these players away. There's a huge trade that happened last year. It was, or a year and a half ago, I believe. And the Oakland A's traded Matt Olson to the Atlanta Braves, and they brought back in this huge trade package filled with all these prospects from Atlanta. And the biggest prospect in that trade was Christian Pache. He was one of the top. He was a top 10 prospect last year. and he gets traded to Oakland, and he just couldn't get the job done at all. He was struggling over there. He couldn't even get it together. To be honest, he wasn't really playing that well. And on top of all that, he's not even in that organization anymore. I believe he's in Philadelphia now. So the problem with Oakland, I mean, it's good to have young prospects and things like that. It's good to build your team that way. But the thing is, when you trade away huge players in order to do so, you're taking a huge risk on something that may or may not even pan out. And that's part of their problem. And in the past, they've talked about the Oakland A's relocating, moving to Las Vegas or whatever. And Rob Manfred, who's the commissioner of Major League Baseball, he said that they would completely waive the relocation fee because they want to have a baseball team in Vegas. Which, to be honest, I don't really blame them, because Vegas is now turning into... I mean, it already was freaking bringing in money because of all the people who travel there on vacations and things like that. All the tourists and things like that. But now they're bringing in even more money because, just like the Athletics, the Oakland Raiders relocated to Vegas. And now they play in Vegas. And freaking then they had an expansion team before the Raiders got there. The Las Vegas Golden Knights, and the Golden Knights did so well last year. Or they did well this year, and they made the Stanley Cup their first season. And that probably brought in a lot of money too. So it's like, hell, the Golden State Warriors used to play in Oakland. They don't even play in Oakland anymore. They used to play in Oracle Arena in Oakland, and now they're playing across the Golden Gate Bridge, and they're in freaking San Francisco at the Chase Center, whatever it's called over there. No, it's a lot to talk about, I'm telling you. There's a lot to talk about. I'm looking at ESPN right now. So, from my perspective, if you're really mad, if you're an owner of a baseball team and you're mad about the production that you're getting, and you're not trying your best to turn things around, I feel like the Oakland A's GM is solely making this a business. He's completely putting all the profits in his own pocket. He doesn't give a shit about the team. Sorry about my language, but he doesn't care about the team. He doesn't care about the organization. He doesn't care about the people who work for him. He doesn't care about the players, and he doesn't even care about the fan base. So it's like, and the thing is, you're not even bringing in 10,000 people. Imagine going to Yankee Stadium, or going to Citi Field or something to go watch a Mets game or go watch a Yankee game, or hell, going to Boston to go see a Red Sox game at Fenway Park or something. For 10,000 fans going over there, that's terrible. And that's all Oakland gets. To be honest, I honestly think that their best bet would be to pack everything up, get out of Oakland, and go to Vegas. And I think that the owner of that team should sell the freaking team, because clearly he doesn't care about anything going on over there. So yeah, that's something to talk about. Another thing that happened today, that was yesterday. Today, as of 1:30 Eastern time, whatever, Jalen Hurts agreed to a $255 million contract extension with the Philadelphia Eagles today. I did the math, and he's making $51 million a season. I don't know how good that's going to go, because the thing is, The Eagles, they lost a lot of players in free agency. They lost Darius Slay. They lost um Gardner Johnson. They lost Javon Hargrave. They lost Javon Hargrave. He was the number one ranked defensive tackle, the number one ranked free agent in the class this year, and now he's in San Francisco. So a lot going on over there. It says the Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts have reached agreement on a 5-year, $255 million extension, including $179.304 million guaranteed. Hurts' deal is the biggest contract in terms of average and annual value in the NFL, in NFL history. Talk about Deshaun Watson. I'm not talking about him. Hurts' extension includes a no-trade clause. Wow. Okay. Damn, he's getting paid. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna do. I mean, I feel like the quarterback's starting to make a lot of money now. Freaking Daniel Jones got a lot of money. He made $40 million with the Giants. Freaking Jimmy Garoppolo made 35, I think, with the Raiders. Speaking of the devil, from freaking baseball to football, they're still talking about Vegas. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about what's going on with Oakland, what's going on with Philly. I'd like to see what you guys think. I'm interested to find out what you guys are thinking about. If you like this video, hit a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.